What's going on, everyone? I'm back after a little bit of a hiatus, and so the recent ban list saw competitive Infernoble Knight take possibly the biggest hit out of any deck currently. Its ability to use and abuse cards like Link Cross and Smoke Grenade was seen from miles away. But me, I was never using those cards. I've always been a casual Infernoble Knight player because I like the deck. I like to respect the deck, and I like to understand that the deck wouldn't have been as powerful as it was if it wasn't for cards like Link Cross and Smoke Grenade. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a deck profile here where we're not using those cards, and we're going to talk about some options you can do whilst not having to rely on them. So we're going to go into the pretty standard ratio, I would believe. Triple Oliver. This guy can special summon himself from the hand as a level 1 monster. He's the tuner of the deck. You can send a face-up equip spell from your field to the graveyard, or a Fire Warrior from your hand to the graveyard to special summon him, or field, so he's quite versatile. You can send cards from pretty much anywhere to summon him. He's really good, and yeah, he's great. Triple Ogier. This guy's really cool. On normal or special summon, he can dump any Fire Warrior from the deck to the graveyard, and or a Noble Arms card, which is awesome. So, just as a quick note, these two main deck Infernoble Knight monsters, as well as Morgus, which is another monster that you can play to recycle some of your used equip spells. But we won't be showing them in this deck profile, but you can play them if you want. These guys could equip themselves from the graveyard to face up monsters you control, and give them various protections. So Oliver gives targeting protection, and Ogier gives protection from card effects, which is cool. Double Renaud. You can definitely bump this guy up to 3. It's entirely your personal preference. He can special summon himself from the hand as a tuner if you control a Fire Warrior, which is really cool. And if he is special summoned, you can retrieve any of your banished equip spells or Fire Warrior monsters, or those that are in your graveyard as well. So this guy is very good at recurring your resources, and he's very important. We've got the one Astolfo. Astolfo is quite important. I mean, you can only use her, well, his effects once per duel. Yeah, it definitely looks like a girl, but you know, it's a trap, shall we say. So by banishing any Fire Warrior monster from your hand or graveyard, you can special summon it from your hand, and then you can make its level become the level of the banished monster. Meaning it can really help ease you into some cool synchro plays if you need it to. It also has a delayed effect where you can banish it from your graveyard and special summon this banished card during the second standby phase, and then you can special summon one of your Fire Warriors that is banished or in your graveyard. So if the game turns into a bit of a grind game, just make sure that after you've activated this Astolfo that you keep track of it, and it can put you in a really advantageous position, which is pretty cool. Double Red Layer, it's a Fire Warrior that can special summon itself from the hand. It's a level 5, meaning that if you search it off of Isolde, you can banish it from the hand with Astolfo to make Astolfo level 5, and then tune up with your level 4 Oliver to make a Charles, which is pretty cool. Triple Sublimation Knight, accompanied by the Squeak Knight. So on normal or special summoned, Sublimation Knight can equip a Fire Warrior or Gemini monster from your hand or deck to it as an equip spell that gives it 500 attack. That's basically the effect you're going to be worrying about, because you'll be equipping Squeak Knight, and Squeak Knight can special summon itself from the equip. It can turn itself into a tuner if you want, but if you use that effect, you can only special summon from the extra deck one more time, so you just need to be careful. Another power starter in the Neospace Connector and the Aqua Dolphin. If you remember this from Orcus days and Goki days, then more power to you. Double Gearfried, another card you can bump up to 3. It's such a powerful boss monster. It steals your opponent's monsters when it attacks, equips it to them. It has negation. It's really easy to bring out quickly to stop your opponent from going for the Nibiru, and it's just really good. Now, because of the loss of Link Cross and Smoke Grenade, we are playing 2 Garnets. This time we're playing the Despot 1 as well as the Cult Wing. You can also change the Cult Wing for this Mecha Phantom Beast. I just ordered some recently, if you just let me show you. You can change it for Warbleran. This helps you get into more heralds if you choose to go down that route. Double Fire Flint Lady can special summon itself from the hand if you control a warrior, and it can tag itself out from the field to summon a warrior from your hand, as long as it's level 4 or lower. And that monster you bring out cannot be targeted with card effects this turn. Triple Durendal. This deck really has a lot of search power in it. Durendal's just an equipped spell that can search any level 5 or lower fire warrior from your deck. So I can search anything from Red Layer to Astolfo or to Fire Flint Lady. It's really good. It has a secondary effect, but it locks you into Fire Warriors if you use it. So if the monster it's equipped to leaves the field while it's equipped, it lets you target a level 5 or lower Fire Warrior monster in your graveyard and special summon it. Don't forget about that effect because it can come up sometimes. The one Joyeuse, this can act as like a third or fourth copy of Renaud if you want. So this can add cards like Gearfried back to, from your graveyard to the hand if you don't have the access to the Renaud just at that time. The one Phoenix Blade, this card's great. It can banish warriors from your graveyard to special summon it, to add it back to your hand. It gives a minor attack boost to a monster, but that doesn't really matter. This is just a placeholder for DDR, Different Dimension Reincarnation. Arth is a good card to remove back row if you want to, but personally, I would play DDR because if you banish your warriors with Phoenix Blade, you can revive it with the DDR. So yeah, that's just something to consider. One Living Fossil, again, it's another pseudo monster reborn, helps you bring monsters back onto the field if you haven't dumped them for the years old. So as you've noticed, every equipped spell we're playing, not only can it be dumped off of Isolde, it also has an additional effect that lets you do something. So they're not all dead in your hand, if that makes sense, if you draw them. Well, now one-offs. We've got one Rota, we have a Glory of the Noble Knights. You can cut this out, but essentially it's like a 7th searcher for your Noble Arms, for your monsters and stuff. If you don't find a Durendal or a Heritage and you open a Noble Knight and this, you can equip a Durendal from the deck with this, as well as the fact that it's a quick play spell. So say something goes wrong and you can't get your Roland into the graveyard before bringing your Charles out, you can set this, and if you activate it and equip a card to Charles during your opponent's turn, that will trigger Charles and you'll be able to pop a card. Another option you could do is you could tech in the... It's a long shot, but you could tech in the original Dristan, and by doing this would actually pop 2 cards on the field in your opponent's turn. So yeah, that's just an idea. Maybe a bit of a hot take, but what can you say? Triple Heritage searches any Noble Arms or Noble Knight card. So versatile. This deck's ability to bait out the opponent and special summon and work through negations is actually really good. So don't underestimate that. Now for some disruption, we've got the Triple Imperm, or whatever's good in this format of your choice. Disruption, it could be Lancia, Nibiru, what have you, just anything that works, to be fair. Now into the extra deck, we're going to start with the Synchros. So, one Charles, a fantastic boss monster. If an equipped card becomes equipped to a monster on the field, even during the damage step, you can destroy a card on the field on targeting. During the end phase, you can equip an equipped spell from your hand or grave to this card, and then you can equip any Fire Warrior monster from your deck to it as an equipped spell that gives it 500 attack. Each effect is a hard once per turn. Yeah, Charles is fantastic. We've got the one Captain Roland. This card can equip itself as a quick effect from the graveyard, as well as the fact that it has a delayed trigger that allows you to dump any equipped spell from your deck to the graveyard to search a warrior monster during the end phase. This will even happen if it manages to resolve on field while it's in the graveyard in the end phase. So if you synchro it off for the Charles, you'll be able to use it. One Captain Oliver. This card is pretty bad, I'm not going to lie to you. I would probably play something like TG Hyper Librarian instead, but I am just playing it just to test it out. In the battle phase, if you combine it with something like Gearfried, it gives you a lot of battle phase control and destruction. So that's just something you need to bear in mind. But again, there's better cards to pick over it. I'm just playing it because, you know, I'm a Noble Knight shell, what have you. One High Launcelin. This card is great. Equips a Noble Arms from your deck to it on summon. And need I say more? Gets your Durendal out of the deck. One Coral Dragon. It's level 6 tuner, which can tune with your level 3 monsters, which you have quite an abundance of in the deck, to go into your Charles, as well as having popping and draw power. It's just a really good synchro. More draw power with the Formula Synchron. More draw power with the Croco Dragon, just in case you need it. One Omega, because we don't have Smoke Grenade anymore. Double Arc Light, amazing negation. Floodgate, brilliant. For Link Monsters, we've got 2 Isolde, because it's fantastic. 1 Hulk, because it's basically what this year has revolved around. Yeah. 1 Auroradon and 1 very fun dragon to round everything off. So an alternative you could do instead of playing this, because everyone else is playing it, you know, you may as well, if you've got the level 9 Synchros to overlay into, is you could run Instant Fusion and you could play Carbonara Wallet. No, okay. Yeah, this Instant Fusion target as a sort of warrior monster for you to go into. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed these sort of hot takes. So, yeah, the deck's still really cool. This is just an idea for post-ban list. I hope you've enjoyed. This is just a casual deck profile, so who knows, maybe you could take something like this and make it work. There's also cards like Borreload Savage Dragon to invest in if you want, but again, it's entirely up to personal preference. Anyway, guys, this has been Al from Exiles, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.